Vaccination rates climbing in the Bay Area and the U.S. Many are starting to make plans for summer travel. And as of tonight, people can put many more European countries on that list.
Yeah, they've been off limits to non-essential travel for more than a year now. NBC Bay Area's Sergio Quintana is at SFO tonight with details on what travelers will need if they're planning a visit.
The announcement comes from the president of the European Union Commission, and while there's no timeline yet on when exactly this is going to happen, it will essentially end the more than year-long travel restrictions between the United States and most of Europe.
We propose to introduce...
In an interview with the New York Times, European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says the 3 vaccines approved for use here in the U.S. are also approved in the EU. So travelers who can document they've had their shots should be allowed free movement among the 27 European Union member nations. It's welcome news for some travelers.
I'm actually fluent in French, so I've been dying to wait for them to open up their borders so I can start traveling again.
Any concerns about traveling to Europe?
Nope, not at all. As long as I have my vaccine, I feel perfectly fine.
There are still a few questions yet to be answered before U.S. travelers should book their flights. There's no timeline when the EU's travel ban from the U.S. may be lifted or modified, and it's not yet clear how the EU would validate proof of vaccination. For some travelers, there are a few concerns.
In terms of civil liberties, I think it's kind of unfair. People who don't want to get vaccinated, or can't get vaccinated maybe, to not be able to travel.
To be clear, some countries have long required proof of vaccinations before travel for other diseases besides COVID-19. And for those who have not got their shots yet, one traveler I talked with says a future trip to Europe may be a reason to do it.
I don't know if I'm pro-vaccine yet.
Okay.
So,
would it be an incentive?
Yes.
And while the European Union is considering letting United States tourists in, the U.S. government still has travel restrictions from the EU. That's based in part because mass vaccination program there is so far not as successful as ours here. But U.S. and European officials are in talks to work out permissions for future leisure travel. At SFO, Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.